Hello, I'm Drew Patz of AHS-TV, and in this episode of Best of the Nest, we will take a look at our school spirit here at AHS and how it's viewed from the student's perspective. Our own Brody Schaefer and Micah Southworth took to the halls of AHS to take a closer look.
Hello, this is Micah here at AHS-TV, and today we're going to be taking a deeper look at school spirit here at AHS. I got a chance to sit down with Mr. Canish. Mr. Canish, how do you think we can improve our school spirit?
Well, first of all, Micah, thank you for having me today to discuss school spirit here at AHS. I think it's something pretty important to make sure that we focus on our school spirit and find ways to improve it and so forth. So I think the key thing when it comes to improving school spirit here at school is to be involved. And what I mean by being involved is, as one of the athletic directors here, be involved in one of our sports. We offer a wide variety of sports here at AHS. In the fall, winter, and spring season. So we have a lot of sports here. If you aren't involved in sports or not interested in sports, maybe the arts is something that you would be interested in as well. We have great musicals here. We have a great band. We have a great chorus here. And if that doesn't fit for you, join one of our clubs. We have many clubs here as well. So I think the more involved students are here at school, the more school spirit that there is.
How do you think the environment changes when there's a positive school spirit?
Well, I would think that the environment here at the school would change for the better the more school spirit there is. The more you're involved, the more you feel invested in the school and growing that school spirit and so forth. So if you're not playing in a sport, show up and be in the student section. If you're not participating in something in the arts, go support your students or your peers, basically, and so forth. And so I think the more school spirit there is, the more positive it is over time.
Absolutely, I completely agree. Do you think there is a correlation to school spirit and behavior at school?
Yeah, absolutely. I think the more that you are involved, and that's the word I keep going back with, more involved you are, the less negative behaviors there are here at school. At the beginning of the year, Mr. Lorgan has those class meetings and so forth. And whenever he's having those class meetings, he tells the students all the time, get involved. We have so many sports here. We have so many clubs here. We have great arts programs here and so forth. And there is, I believe, a correlation of the more involved you are in building that school spirit overall, then there's less behaviors that are negative here at school, and it's more positive, and it makes you want to be here more and be involved and so forth.
Do you think the student body embraces enough school spirit?
I think it could always be improved. Yeah. I'm noticing a trend where we have 1,400 kids here in the building, and I see the same ones all the time. So something that I would challenge those kids who come to events all the time is invite a friend, bring them with you to the games, or bring them with you to the musical or the concert, or if a club's sponsoring a dance or some sort of initiative and stuff like that, to kind of let them see what it's like, and then that would show more interest as well over time.
I agree. Do you think student activities like Spirit Week and pep rallies have an influence on how often people attend sporting events?
I think it helps overall. I do, and so forth. I think it gets them more excited and looking forward to the event and so forth. Absolutely, yeah.
Do you think our school has school spirit? Why or why not?
I think it does. And going back to one of my previous answers, I think it does, but I think it could be improved more. Like I said, we keep seeing the same students involved in things. So I think one of the challenges that our student body needs as a whole is to find ways to get more people involved and so forth.
Yep. Since I've been here, the school spirit has really improved drastically. Do you talk about school sporting events outside of school?
Oh, all the time. Yeah. All the time. Yeah. Whenever I'm out in the community, I say the great things that our kids are doing for our sporting events and so forth. Constantly, yeah. And even out in the community, people who know my role and so forth, they'll ask, hey, how's the team's doing, and stuff like that.
What moment have you witnessed where our school has had the most school spirit?
You know what? There's many different things that come to mind. Obviously, the student sections at the football games in the past have been rather large and involved and creative and so forth. But one of the things that I think sticks out to me would be our first unified track and field meet that we had here at Armstrong. I remember that day where we had a lot of support from almost everyone at the school, whether it was teachers, staff, student athletes that are involved in another sport. They took their time and to support those unified athletes and so forth. And I think it kind of opened eyes of people. And I also think it helped make that program grow even more to see what it was about and so forth.
Coming from a student, like, would you want to come to more sporting events if the school spirit was higher?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I think we're on that trend here as a school overall. Our student sections this year, in my opinion, have become more involved. They've become creative and so forth. For instance, at the volleyball game last night, I thought the student section was great. It was a smaller group. It wasn't as large as it's been so far this year, but it was a smaller group. But they were involved the entire time. When the volleyball teams called timeout, they gathered in a huddle and had a timeout. They did a handshake line at the end of the night and so forth. So I think the more fun and creative that our student sections are, I think the more that students will want to come out and get involved and so forth.
Our own Brody Schaefer took the halls today to take a closer look.
My name is Brody Schaefer, and I'm here with
Carson Lennon.
Drew Starr.
Haley Simmons.
Jacob Anthony.
Lennon Knuff.
And Kendall Buzzard.
Leah Hogemeyer.
Luca.
Robert Erb.
Carson Lennon.
Do you think our school has school spirit?
Yeah.
I'd say people like McKenna Poor and like Rory Brashear, they have a lot of school spirit, but other people, I don't know. I think we could use some more.
Yeah, but it's kind of lacking.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I think this year especially, it's really restarted with the student sections and everything.
Yeah, I do.
I do. I think the community in the school is good.
Yes.
Yes, it does. Do you talk about school sporting events outside of school?
Not really now.
A little bit. Not really. I do.
Not sporting events, but there are a lot of academic events around the school that I do talk about.
Yes.
What moment have you witnessed where our school spirit has been the highest?
Just Friday Night Lights.
Probably throwback a few years ago when we played Freeport, or actually the last homecoming football game. McKenna Poor really got the student section hyped up and tons of school spirit.
Would you want to come to more sporting events if the school spirit was higher?
Yeah.
Yes.
Probably.
What moment have you seen at AHS where the school has had the most school spirit?
Definitely the football games during the student section.
I'd have to say the football games and the volleyball games this year.
Football games in the student sections in general, I'd say.
Probably around homecoming or prom.
The pep rallies, honestly. There you have it, folks. Straight from the Hawks' beak, back to the studio.
Thanks, Brody and Micah. For those of you just joining us, I'm Drew Patz of AHS-TV, and I am now joined by Anna Utarian, one of our student section leaders, to talk about our school spirit. Hello, Anna.
Hi, Drew.
Do you think our school spirit makes students more motivated in class?
I would say the days that we have our pep rallies, I would think that students are a little bit less focused in class just because they know that they have that at the end of the day. I think that the school spirit does boost the mood in the school, though, because in the past years, the school's kind of just been a little less school spirit filled, but I think we're coming back to that now.
So it brings the general energy up.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm thinking.
So do you agree with Mr. Canish's point that students should bring in a friend to school events?
I think that would be a good decision because bringing more people in just to cheer on the team, I mean, as long as that's what they're doing. If they're coming in to, be rude, then obviously they should not be coming. But, if they have friends that are on the court, field, whatever they're doing, then I think it's fine.
more the merrier.
That's what I'm saying, yeah.
Do spirit weeks or pep rallies make school more enjoyable for you?
I think that when everyone dresses up and everyone participates, that it's a good time. But when half the students are doing it and half aren't, it's just like, what's the point? I think everyone should do it. It's for the whole school. Let's all unite. And then the pep rallies, I think that's a really good time, and it makes you look back, and it's like, this is really like my high school career, and this is something that I'm going to remember.
I feel like personally a lot of people are hyped up during the day
Yeah.
when they're at the end of the day and they know it.
Oh, I love them.
Would you agree with Mr. Canish that a few students are the only ones who attend school events?
I think majority of the time it's the same group, but it's because they have friends on the court or the field, and they're just there to support their friends. Again, vice versa. Like, I know the football team comes to our volleyball games, so courtesy to them, we go to their football games. But I think it's a pretty good mixed group. A lot of the younger kids like to come to the volleyball games, I know that. Same with football, but I think it's pretty diverse. Not everyone's coming to the same stuff, but I mean, a lot of people in this school have some school spirit, so they come out, everything.
Do you think students with higher spirit have better grades?
I wouldn't necessarily say that, because I know in past years there's obviously been some students that haven't had the best grades, but they've been school spirited. So I mean, it all really depends, because I know some students that are in the higher academic classes decide to stay home and study instead. But that's not always the case, but sometimes that's how it is. But I think for the most part, everyone comes to the games, so it doesn't matter their grades. It's all just spirit.
How much you like it?
Yeah.
Well, how does school spirit impact athletes' performance in games?
Oh, it drastically changes it, because I know as an athlete myself, going out on the court, and when it's just silent and it's just you and the coach or your teammates or other team, whatever, you tend to get in your head a lot. So with the student section behind you, it's like, wow, my friends and family, they all came out to support me, and they're here during the wins and the losses. So it kind of just hypes you up and makes you feel more motivated.
So it feels different.
Yeah, 100%.
Does being part of a spirited crowd make you feel more connected to others?
100%. I feel like we're all going to like a general purpose, and that's to cheer on our friends and our teammates. And when everyone's cheering for that same person or same team, it's just like we all are a school, we are all friends, and it's a really good feeling.
Do teachers show school spirit, and does that affect the students' energy?
Yes. When the teachers are school spirited and they're like talking about the game, they're the sport with the athletes, then it just makes them feel connected to the teachers. And then if they feel supported by them, they feel supported by their peers. And I like when the teachers come to the games, because then they'll see me the next day and they'll be like, oh my gosh, that was such a great game, and it just makes me feel so special.
Do you think kids get more motivated when they see a teacher
I mean, it depends on the teacher. If it's a teacher that they're close to, yeah. I mean, sometimes maybe not so much for others, but I like seeing my teachers at my games.
Do you think school spirit reduces stress or adds pressure?
I think that could go both ways. It can add pressure if you're doing bad and you're just like, wow, I want to do better for my peers and for myself, and everyone's watching me. But I think it can motivate you because, again, like, they're there to cheer you on. And them talking behind you or beside you or wherever you're at, it just gives you a sense of, like, comfort.
So really all about mindset.
Yeah.
Would you agree with Mr. Canish that if the student section was more interactive or fun, more people would attend?
Yeah, definitely, because if people are just standing there, especially football games, because that's where we tend to lose the most people, it usually starts clearing out from the back, which is the younger kids that can't drive. So I would say if they're getting bored, they're going to text their parents, and then the parents are going to come. Then they have to go because their parents are there. So if they're not being interacted with, they tend to leave. Same as people in the front, not just the people in the back, but if they're more engaged, they tend to stay longer. but our football games, we have been staying a lot longer. We have a pretty big crowd by the end. I know last year everyone was leaving at halftime. I mean, you're going to support the boys, so I think you should stay the whole time. But, I mean, if you're not being interacted with and it's not fun to you, I mean, you have the right to leave. So.
Would bringing more props that people could be attentive to, would that help?
100%. We brought big poster boards and we made them custom. If there was anyone specific that wanted anything on them, we'd do that. They could have the sign, but most of the time we just go like "Go Hawks" or something and then send them up. We were hoping to get like smoke bombs or something fun, but we weren't sure if we were allowed to do that. I know we went to Gateway this year, me and my friends, and they had baby powder and they kept hitting it and then everyone came out covered. And so that's something I've always wanted to do, but I think with our student section being right beside all like the parents and stuff, I'm not sure if that would be allowed and if the parents would enjoy that, but.
Do you think school spirit helps build stronger friendships among students?
For sure. I go to the games and I talk to people that I would never imagine myself talking to, especially like underclassmen, but it's all just unity because you're all there to support the common team. As well as that, it's like the friends that I am close with, we just have such a good time, and then we usually go to Taco Bell after, so.
So create Friday night plans.
Yeah, and then it's also just, I'm definitely going to look back next year and be like, this is such a good time in my life.
Thank you, Anna. We're going to take a short commercial break, and we'll be back with more of AHS-TV's Best of the Nest.
Your future beckons, calling from a place where there's plenty of room to grow, where possibilities are abundant, where you'll be challenged every day to uncover the best version of you, where you can blossom. The place, IUP. Here, like the clusters of oaks in our renowned oak grove, we're united in helping you reach new heights. Ready to heed the call? Get in the grove at IUP.
Hello, I am Antonio Shavir with AHS Spotlight, and I'm here today with
Miss Plant.
I got some questions for Mrs. Plant. First question is, what made you want to be a teacher? What made you want to teach?
Oh, it's a good one. I would say when I was in high school, I really only liked math. And I liked the process of learning a topic and then testing on it and kind of going piece by piece and doing that sort of thing.
Did you always want to be a math teacher? Because you said that you were only good at math. So is that something that you wanted to do?
Yeah, I thought about it in college. I thought about maybe going into like just math or like not, being a teacher, not being a teacher. I kind of debated that for a little bit, but here I am.
Was there like a specific math you wanted to teach, or did you just want to be a teacher?
Geometry is my favorite, but.
Is it because it's easy, or is it just?
Well, it was easy. It was my favorite in high school, and then in like college and stuff too. And it's my favorite to teach because of the like diagrams and stuff like that and angles. I like more than algebra a little bit, but I'm qualified to teach anything in high school basically. So.
What do you enjoy most about being a teacher?
Oh, that's a good question. Probably the kids. I mean, that's kind of why I'm here. You guys give me a job, so.
Well, then what's your least favorite thing about being a teacher?
Waking up super early.
Do you have a favorite memory as like being a teacher?
I don't know. I would really have to think about that.
I mean, you've
probably
been teaching,
like all the
so
funny things that have happened in class that I go home and I immediately tell somebody about because it made my day, or kids being funny or nice, or.
Like, what's it like teaching all the different age groups? Like, I know you teach 9th graders and 10th graders.
It's interesting. It's interesting seeing, especially from year to year, because usually at the beginning of a year, I'm like, wow, this group is so much different than last year. But then by the end, it kind of ends up all being the same. But it's funny to see the difference between like even just freshman to sophomore to junior. There's a very large difference.
Do you have to like teach your class differently with each of the grades, or?
I do, yeah, a little bit. Like I gave you guys as juniors last year more responsibility. Just because you were like a little bit older and a little bit more mature versus like 10th graders, I have to do a lot more like do this, and 9th graders even less. So it does vary year to year.
What do you think the most important thing a teacher can do for their students?
I would say just keeping track and making sure, you kind of have all of your stuff in and making sure your grades are good and checking in on you. You know, just keeping track of our students and you know, what they're doing and how they're doing and stuff like that.
Does it ever get to a point where like they're just not really like trying, so you just kind of just like give up on it?
I would never give up on a kid. I can only do so much to help a student. If they don't want to help themselves, then there's not that much I can do. But, you know, we try. Every day is a new day. You walk in, fresh start, stuff like that.
So outside of school, what do you do? Like, what hobbies do you have?
I play ice hockey with a bunch of old people because I am retired. I just do pickup games for that. I like to go to the gym. I like to take the dogs on walks, even though my very large dog walks me. That's pretty much it. I like to go to the pool in the summer. I like to do hikes and fall activities and pumpkin patches and all that stuff.
What are your dogs' names?
Moose and Bojack.
Not after the horse, right?
No.
Are you sure?
Yes. For the third year in a row, yes.
What's your favorite holiday?
Halloween.
Why is it Halloween?
Because skeletons are amazing. I just really love skeletons, and that goes with Halloween more than any other holiday. So.
Do you like doing like trick or treating? Do you trick or treat?
Do I trick or treat? No, I'm officially a homeowner, so I sit out and give the trick or treaters candy.
Do you like dress up for it, or you just hand them out? Or
I'll put like a jersey on or something. I don't go crazy for handing out candy, but.
Are you like one of the people that just like put a bowl on their porch and just?
No, I sit out there.
Okay, that's
greet
good.
the children.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
If anyone has ever had you in any of their classes ever, there's like Snoopy's everywhere.
Yes.
So how did that start? Like, how did that like?
It started like right before I started teaching. I honestly think I've always loved The Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown, and then I think it escalated when I saw these little guys in the grocery store, and I was like, oh my gosh, it's so cute. And then they happened to come out with a new Snoopy every single season or holiday every year. So every year and every like couple months I can get a new one because they come out with a new one. So it's just kind of become like an obsession. Okay.
I heard a long time ago that you played the cello.
I mostly played the viola, and then I did a little bit of violin and cello as well.
How long did you play it for?
Oh geez.
Like were you in like your
I
school band?
started in fourth grade. Whenever like everybody was introduced to it, I started then, and then I started like doing private lessons and other orchestras, and then I played all the way to pretty much to the start of college. I didn't play in college after that. But.
How, like why'd you stop? There's not enough time.
Not enough time, and when I was like playing hockey in high school and college and stuff, that took way too much of my time, so I wasn't able to do. A lot of the orchestra stuff was on the weekends, so I had to pick.
What orchestra did you play for?
It was called PIPOS, Pittsburgh Youth Philharmonic Orchestra.
Were you good?
And yeah, a little bit.
What position did you play when you played hockey?
Center.
What are your career stats? Did you keep
Let me
track?
just.
Any goals?
Yeah, I've had some goals.
I know a guy that plays hockey.
Do you?
Yeah.
Oh, very nice.
I think he also plays center.
Nice.
Okay, no, he doesn't play
just
center.
kidding.
Did you ever have like a hat trick, like really good?
I have
game?
had a hat trick.
Like,
yes.
like what's the best game that you remember ever having?
I think I had 4 goals in one game. I think that was the max.
I know that's pretty good. I don't know much about hockey, but I know that's good.
I think the goalie wasn't super great, so that might have been why.
Did you ever like get any like awards, trophies, or?
I got Rookie of the Year in my freshman year of college.
Did you play for the IUP team? Or
I did. Yes, the women's team.
Did you ever did you ever go anywhere like championships or like conference or?
Yeah, we got second a couple years in a row for like there's only like 4 or 5 teams in our division. It was a club, so it wasn't anything crazy. And that was usually in like Delaware, so it wasn't crazy travel or anything, but it was fun.
That's all the questions I can think of right now. So.
Okay, well, good talking to you.
Good talking to you too, Ms. Plant.
We're all searching for opportunity, a challenge. Here, asking what if, what's possible, is the mindset. Welcome to the Oak Grove at IUP, where big-time research opportunities are for the many, not just the few. And world-renowned professors ignite ambitions. Search here, and there's no telling how far you'll grow. Get in the Grove at IUP.
And we're back with AHS-TV's Best of the Nest. For those of you just joining us, I'm Drew Patch of AHS-TV, and I am now joined by Rory Prashear to talk about some more insight on school spirit.
What's going on, Drew?
Hi, Rory. Does school spirit help you reduce stress during tough weeks in school?
Oh yeah, especially during those bio tests. You know, going out to like a football game or going out to like the volleyball games. Like it just gets your mind off of it and just go support your people.
Would you agree that with the majority of students at Armstrong that football games have the most school spirit?
I think they do to an extent, but the last couple football games, you know, there was more quality over quantity. A lot of people weren't cheering, but like towards the second half when people not cheering left because they were being like boring, they would leave, and then it would really start cheering. But at the hockey games recently, I think there's been more people, more quality people than at the football games.
So would you say that hockey would actually have the more school spirit?
I would say hockey has the most school spirit.
Does them winning impact how you feel when you go home? Does it dampen the mood?
Well, it makes you feel like you're doing something. Like I know a good student section can really impact the sway of the game with like how things go with the tables turning, and I think it does increase my mood.
It does. Do athletes perform better when the crowd shows strong school spirit?
Without a doubt, I think that student sections are like one of the biggest parts of a game. You know, if you got a student section getting into the other team's head, I mean, it can really turn the tables.
Do you have any personal experience with a situation like that?
At our recent hockey game, the bleachers only go up to like 6 rows, and I'd say all 6 of those rows were filled with 15 people in each row. And, you know, you can really hear them cheering. You can, like, even on the bench, you can hear the other team really getting frustrated by what's going on.
Does that feel different than if they weren't there?
Oh, yeah. It feels unbelievable.
Would you agree that the more school spirit equals a better school environment?
I 100% agree with that. I think, you know, you can really bond with your classmates or your friends and be like, hey, you want to go to this game? It could be real fun. Then you go and you have a blast, and then that's something you can do over and over with your classmates and friends.
So basically opportunities to build relationships.
Yes.
Does a low school spirit make school feel less enjoyable or exciting?
I do, because like you go to school and then like you don't have anything to look forward to after. Then you're not spending time with those people that you're just in school with. When you can build a better relationship outside of school at those sporting events.
Does feeling proud of your school improve your overall mental health?
I think it does, because like you're not only worried about school. You also have those factors outside of school, like all those sporting events you can go to release stress and just have fun.
So it's more of a de-stressor than anything.
Yeah, without a doubt. Get your mind off of all the work you got to do.
Thank you, Rory, for joining us today to get a hawk's eye view on school spirit. Until next time, I'm Drew Patz of AHS-TV. Keep on soaring.